We have started a modern business era where everyone can become a self-made legend. This is your time. The digital world opened the door for you to create your own media platform. Connect with millions around the world and become a global reference. Your brand will shine for you. Your brand will magnetize your dream goals. And your leadership will rise. Hello, and welcome everyone to the Branding for Leaders Masterclass. I am so excited to see you. I am so happy to be here. We have such a beautiful program planned for this week. I've been excited about this whole week, and I cannot wait to see who's joining me on live. Hello, Fedwa. I see already some beautiful faces with me. We are live streaming in different platforms, and this conversation is so big and so important. And this conversation is particularly timely because for whenever we talk about leadership and we want to elevate the conversation about leadership, what does it take beside being able to embody that leader and actually be in this leadership game and understand it? But another thing is to understand what are the different steps, what are the different facets, and what is it that makes you advance more, succeed, and makes you attract everything that you want to attract in your life, and makes you stand for what you believe in, for the messages you want to stand for, to have your voice and get your voice out and have it heard without being ashamed of it, without being embarrassed, without being silenced, without being feeling that you want to shrink yourself so that you are not too much. And so this conversation is for you if you are a leader, is for you if you aspire to become a leader, is for you if you have that spark and that desire that you want to stand for your beliefs, you want to stand for the work that you want to share with the world, and that you want to speak it out with all your heart and your voice. So let me see who is joining live with me today. Hello, Esther. Hello, Fadwa. Hello, Nibras. I can see. Hello, Saida. Hello, Mariam. Hello. We are live streaming on LinkedIn, Facebook, and also on Instagram. So hi, Instagram. And we will be together this whole week. So we will be meeting every day at 3 p.m. GMT +1. That will be 10 a.m. Eastern, except for Thursday, where we'll be meeting at 4 p.m. instead. I see all these beautiful faces joining. Hello, Hynd. Hello, Aziza. Hello. Let me know where you're connecting from, and let me know if you're excited about this conversation about, how to understand how to brand yourself, to understand how to market yourself. We are taking the marketing and the branding one step higher, because it's not about the skills and the tools to actually be able to attract everyone and to just be sneaky about it, but it's really more to embody that incredible great leader in you, and also to embody the icon in you, and to own her, and to walk with it, and also have it shine for you. Because once you understand how to do that, your brand will be easy. Because it is very important to be talking about branding. You know why? Because if you do not take the time to understand how to structure, how to conceptualize your branding yourself, the word will do it for you. And you don't want to be. Hello from Kenya, hello from Dubai, hello from South Africa in the house. We have a lot of connections from all over the world, and this is the amazing thing about digital platforms, is just it makes you connect with everyone. Tomorrow will be a session about social media. Yes, we will be talking about social media, so it's a must see how to navigate through social media and how to become hyper media intelligent and savvy. You want to be able to acquire how to use that. On Wednesday, we'll be talking about strategic positioning, and that's my field. I'm being a strategist for more than 25 years. So let me introduce myself to whoever doesn't know me. If you've been with my work before, we are friends, and it's really good to see you. If you are meeting me from the first time, my name is Dr. Hynd, and I am completely focused on working on empowering women and empowering leaders so that you can create big wealth and make an impact. And create big wealth is not just for you, it's for everyone, because a lot of time we feel like, oh, I don't care about money. Actually, I just want to be happy. I want to be fulfilled. I want to do good. I want to serve the world. All of this is good. But then if you understand how to attract the wealth and to create it, then do it and give it away. Give it back to everyone. Help through it. Become that channel that attract the wealth, and then give it, and then contribute with it. Build structures, build schools, build infrastructure, you name it. But this is my work, is really for every woman to feel empowered, so you can grow confident, so confident that you're going to let that legend rise, to let that icon in you feel like, hey, this is my time today, let's do it. To be resilient, because things are not easy. We all go through ups and downs. And being a woman, you are a mother, you are a wife, you are a daughter, you are a sister, you are a friend, you are a professional, you are a leader, you are a CEO, you are an entrepreneur, you are a manager, you are everything. So many of that. And what we want is to have this big resilience so that you can navigate through it all and still keep your alignment, keep your sanity, and keep a peace of mind inside you, because this is essential. And so when you have this too, we want to learn how to use technology. We want to learn how to be tech savvy, because the world has gone digital, and this is the time for you to stand and to use that open big door in the digital world, so that you can also have a part of the $1 billion spent every day in the digital world. Every day on training, $1 billion is spent. You can grab a piece of it. Not only on training, the same on products, the same on services, the same on anything. So there is so much to position yourself in when you are so tech savvy, when you are so at ease with you. Hello from Tunisia. Hi, Lubna. So good to see you. Hello, Samia. Hi, all these beautiful faces. If I don't respond, but I love seeing your comments. Keep them coming, because it gives me the right vibes, and we can have this conversation together, and I can understand how it connects with you. So tech savvy is the third one. The fourth one is be financially free. It's your time. Accessing wealth is become easier. Every day we hear millionaires on the digital sphere. Every day. There has never been a time in the history of time like this one. And this is why we want to understand how to heal the story with money, how to use everything that you got so that you can become also a wealth creator. You can be one of this next millionaire. You can be the first one in your family. You can stand as the one that shows other what's possible. Okay, so this is my journey. I'm focusing on this. I have been completely focused on that for the past 3 years. But before that, I started as an engineer. In engineering school in France. Then I did my PhD from Harvard in sustainable development. Hello, everyone. And after that, I spent 8 years at the World Bank in Washington working on development, because my strategy, my drive has been to understand how to contribute to development and how we can help the countries develop, how we can advance in the world, all this part of the world that still live under poverty, as still you can still have people that lives under $1 a day. And that was my focus for many years. So after 20 years working on strategy, on finance, on investment, on structuring portfolios so that we can have a sustainable impact on the planet and in the world, I am here today to focus on leadership and to help leaders become greater leaders, and to help women access the wealth, access their talent so that they can use it to shine and they can use it to have their voice heard. Hello from Cairo. Welcome, Cairo. We have many countries in the world. I see Marrakesh, Mariam. So I love seeing women from our programs with us joining us. This is such beautiful, beautiful time to be together. So if you're ready to jump in, let's see. Let me know if you got the workbook. If you have the workbook, put a yes. Hi, Jehan. Good to see you. Put a yes. So if you haven't received the workbook, just let us know. Drop your email and we will share it with you. Otherwise, this workbook will be a nice reference for you throughout the week. So the way it's going to work, say, I will guide you through part by part, so that by the end, my objective is that you feel ready to stand on a brand that you really love, and you're like, okay, I have my brand. I know what people will say about me if when I'm not there. Okay, Wahiba, if you don't have it, so you can just drop your email and I will have the team email you the workbook. So it was emailed to you today just before the session, and then you can follow it along. So the workbook will be just your guide. You can take notes. There will be activities also for every day, because I don't want you to just, you can, where can I find you? You will have it sent to you by email, Waiva. So if you can please just write your email there, and then we can send you the workbook. The team, if you can check please on Facebook, Wahiba, she's dropping comments. Elegance and excellence. I don't know your name, but I'm so excited that you're with us and that you find this inspiring. Hello, Dubai. I'm so happy to have you. So this is and what you will have, there are also some resources at the end of the workbook where you can have all the replays. You can also from now subscribe to the YouTube channel, because all these videos you will be able to access them. They will be on the YouTube. And if you have any questions, you can email us, you can message us on any of your favorite platform. Thank you, Fadwa. We got your email. So I will ask the team also to check on LinkedIn so that we can send you the workbook. The workbook is beautiful. You can see it. It's beautiful. It has the program. So this whole week will be in English, and then we will have in French next week. So we'll have 3 days in French for French speakers. Have no fear, we are with you as well. We love to do in different languages. So I work a lot with English, but also we have a beautiful group of the experienced femme leader, which is in French. And so today, let's talk about. So if you're ready, give me some ones and let's get started. All right. So today, what I want to have a conversation about what about if hello, Eleanor in the house. How about if you open your consciousness, open your mind, and get ready to uplevel your life to something. Okay, Celia, let me see. I need to just grab your email here. To uplevel the conversation, to dream about a life bigger than the one that you were born into, the one that you were expected to have, and the one that was modeled for you as the only example that you have. How about if that was possible? This is the conversation where you can see that you can be for something bigger. And if all you need is to have that desire in you, that desire that makes you feel that, I want to be, to have, to receive something else. I want to stand for something bigger than that. I know that I am capable. I know that they have in me that star, that icon. All what I need is to be able to let her breathe, to unleash her, to let her come out and be her. And so if this is something that you've contemplated, that you felt, that you feel, so this is a place for you. This is a conversation that you want to listen to. Because what I want you is that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you look at yourself, you're like, hey, I am so proud of you because you did it. That's what we want. I want you to look at yourself and imagine the day when you will be looking back at the person that you are so proud of. You know that feeling when you're like, wow, you did it. I know that feeling because as I was thinking about this, I remembered when we were young, we were growing up. We have, I have three sisters and a boy, so we were a big family. And so I was studying so hard when I was 15, 16, like so hard. I mean, I remember I would wake up in the middle of the night and, sit in the corridor when my mom would have switched the light so that I can do a math exercise and I can do more physics and I can, just advance in things because I knew that if I did more, I did exercises more, I will be able to be on top of my business during the day. So that was like, I was so focused on that. But what I remembered is that at the end of the corridor from between the rooms we had that long, tall mirror. And I will look at myself, it's like, you're going to do it. So we'll go to exam, come back, and I look at myself again. It's like, yes, you did it. And that feeling, those few seconds moment where I was being my own cheerleader, and I was proud of me each time I came back from an exam. And I did that over and over and over. And I know that everybody listening to me today can relate to this because I always attract into my life achievers and overachievers and people that were so good at school and did so many things and knew that mastered everything. But that feeling of being able to um, you know cheer yourself, be proud of yourself, look at yourself, it was in the predictable field, right? Because we knew it was exam, you prepare for it, you're gonna do it, and yes, you did it, and you're just so proud of yourself, right? But then with the time, things get overwhelming. We have more responsibilities. We Even if you manage to get a good job, after the university you manage to have like something where you're proud of, you launch your company, you have your business, you did it. But there is something that blocks each time, and it blocks us because we get overwhelmed. We get overwhelmed with our responsibilities, we get overwhelmed with some of the mistakes we make, some of the wrong decisions we take, and we don't appreciate ourselves as we should. We even get to a time where you can look at yourself in the mirror, hating yourself and calling yourself names. And we do that not because we hate ourselves, it's just because that human in us, that mom, that person, that vulnerable person is, you have put in too much pressure on her, because we think that by being have a responsibility at work, by reaching high levels, by being a leader, by becoming a star, by becoming whatever you want to be in your professional life, that needs to eat up some of our human. But the human in you will never need to change, will never need to shrink for the other person to rise, for the leader in you to rise, for the star in you to rise, for the icon for it to rise. Never. And this is something very important to distinguish. You can become the most powerful, the greatest leader. You can become a legend in your field, a reference in everything. And today is about becoming the reference. You can be that reference, which you already know you can. You can be that number one go-to expert in your expertise, and still that human, that women will still be so appreciated, so wonderful, so perfect the way you are. And this is what always stops us, because we think that our human needs to change for our great leader to rise. It will never, ever change, because that mom, that vulnerable person, that person that sometimes feels cranky, feels lazy, doesn't want to have her hair done, that just want to walk barefoot, will always be there. And we will always be more important than the other one, because if the other one, which is the great leader in you, rise, it's because of that beautiful human inside you. It's because of the courage of that human in you, because of that that big heart of the human in you. I understood that early on, and I'll tell you a funny story actually, how I understood that. So when I came back from being at the World Bank for 8 years in Washington and working on different countries and development on projects for the environment, for water, for energy, for poverty. So it's really setting up strategies at the national levels and how to advance these countries so that they can reduce poverty and they can also stimulate the growth. So I came back and I joined the Prime Minister's office. And I remember we were in this very official meeting, and after at the end of the day, the local TV news will show the meetings and show who was present, and they talk about the different aspects of the meeting in the news. And I looked at myself, and I was on TV, and I was like, okay, let me sit down. I'm so proud. I'm going to see myself on TV, sitting with the Prime Minister and the delegation. And I look at myself and I can see wearing my navy suit, because I used to wear suits, look sharp, almost like a man. That's what's professional woman to us, to me at least it was. And then what I see in my suit, I see the hand of my little boy who was 18 months. So the hand of my boy with dirty milk, oh, I don't even remember what it was, but his hand was on my pants, on my trouser. I'm like, what? And then it dawned me, I'm a mom. So as I was walking out that day, my baby, who was 18 months old and start walking, followed me and gave me a hug. And as he gave me a hug, he put his hand on my pants. And my pants, look at me, sharp, looking good, very professional, very serious. And I have the hand of my baby on my suits. And it made me laugh. And that's the moment what I realize, that you can become the greatest leader. You can be a legend, you can be a star, you can be an icon in anything you want, a reference, but the human will always be there. Your role as a mom, your role as a wife, your role as a sister, as a daughter, your role in your home, your role inside your family, your role inside your community, your role in your hometown, in your streets, will always be there. And so the moment you understand that your objective of life is to have these two identities coexist seamlessly all the time. And so when we come and talk about work and life balance, it just doesn't make sense to even discuss balance. It's a coexistence. It's like when you feel that it's the human, then it's the human here. You go home, you sit on the floor, you play with the kids, you go to the kitchen, you prepare a meal with your daughter, your son, with whoever, you walk in your garden barefoot, you do the human things with you. Will you appreciate that little things that you always appreciated? Because your human will always be there. She will never, never leave you. Better than that, it's thanks to the human that your great leader will continue on rising. So what we get wrong is that when we are professional and we're serious, we want to take that seriousness with us in everything we do, and that's where we mess it up. So your objective is not to reach all your goals by burning out your family, your relationships, everything. It's to coexist together. And when the great leader comes from within you, then it will continue on, and you will be able to access that leader in you anytime you feel it. And anytime you feel, you'll access the mom, you'll access the human, you'll access that part that is vulnerable, that part that can be scared, that part that just want to be pampered. And so the being able to stand as a reference and as a great leader means that you are able to understand that these two identities, they will always coexist together. So to rise as a reference, you want to be so good at the skills. You want to give it your all to be every day better than what you were yesterday. every day. You better yourself day after day by acquiring new skills, by acquiring new understanding, by embodying what evolution means, by embodying what continuous development means. Because leadership is a student of leadership for life. And when you are like this, you will be so kinder to yourself. You will appreciate everything you do every day. And if something doesn't go the way you want, it's okay. You are on a trend of continuous evolution. You are on a trend of continuous development, continuous improvement. And so that's how you rise as that reference. You feed the reference in you. You feed it by becoming so good at what you do, by getting the skills, getting the knowledge, getting the understanding, and bettering yourself day after day, day after day. And in the same time, you want to work on your human, because you're human. For you to have the great leader, for you to unleash her, the human has to be so strong, because you need so much courage and you need so much empathy. Empathy towards yourself, towards you, appreciating yourself for the vulnerability, for the thing that didn't go the way you wanted, and it's okay. For any mistake you made, forgive yourself and move on, and appreciate it and own it. Because when you unleash the leader, it doesn't mean that part of you will die. It means that you will accept who you have been up to today, and then you rise as the reference, knowing that you are building that on the top of who you were, on the top of the experiences that you've gone through, on the top of everything that you knew. So that's the duality. So if you with me, give me some twos. If you are with me, and this is, if this resonates with you, give me some twos. So there is a duality in life. And the duality is about understanding and appreciating the human with its vulnerability, with the wounds you carry with you, with the trauma you've gone through, with the difficulties you've been through, with the experiences that were hurtful, the experiences that were difficult, all of that. And in the other side, you have that leader, that expert in you, that know, the person that knows that you have the talent, you have the knowledge, you have everything it takes so that you can grow, so that you can rise up to bigger spaces, so that you can unleash her, so that you can see a legend in you being born. Absolutely. I'm so happy, Celia. It is you bring them, these two together. I'm happy that it resonates with you. It's so, this duality, they need to coexist together. They need to coexist. They need to have an intrinsic balance inside of you. And when you are able to go back to being a human, and access the big leader in you whenever you want, that means that that big leader comes from inside. But if it's not something you can do easily, then we are playing pretend. So we are pretending. We're pretending to be good professionals. We are pretending to speak for something, to have a voice about something. It's a pretend, and a pretend will never be as impactful as something that comes from the bottom of your soul, from the depth of your heart. It will never be the same. But when you know that the leader is here because you are able to access the vulnerability, the your emotions from the human in you, then that leadership, then the great leader in you will impact. Because how do we impact? We don't impact by or having great followers because we tell people, follow me, I'm telling you to follow me. No, we impact because people feel, you make people feel things. And how do you want to make people feel things? It's because you bring that from you, the depth of your emotions and the depth of your feelings. And the depth of your emotions, they will never come if it's pretending to be someone, pretending to be the leader, pretending to be the reference. It has to be real. It has to be true. It's like singers. Why do we listen to Adele? We just listen to her. She speaks for the bottom of her heart. A lot of singers, Kulthum, a lot of singers speaks from the hurt they've gone through, from the suffering they go through, from everything that they've gone through. This is how they touch us. They touch us because whatever they do, it comes from the depth of their emotions. And that's how they stand as a legend in whatever they do. Is the same for you. So what I want you to feel and to be, whatever you want to be, as a businesswoman, as a mentor, as a coach, as a singer, as a TV presenter, as an entrepreneur, as an educator, as a doctor, as a lawyer, as whatever you want to stand for, find the why inside you as a human. Reconnect from the depth of your human inside of you, because by reconnecting with that, this is how you will be able to find what is that thing that is makes you special. What's your talent? What's that it factor? That's something that is so unique to you. And when it's so unique to you, you can never play pretend with it. It's really you with yourself. And when you find that, you can bring the messages that will impact. People will feel it. People will connect through the depth of your experience, your uniqueness, and everything you've gone through. This is how you connect. Leaders are leaders because they make us feel. Leaders are leaders because they make us feel connected, and we connect through emotions. We connect through going through experiences. And this, I see it in my own life. I have, 20 years of beautiful, high-level leadership positions, different places. And I had to go through the toughest moments in my entrepreneurship career, the toughest moments where I felt the hurt in the deepest of my soul. I felt the pain, incredible pain of feeling that everything was crushed in front of me. And that moment is the moment where I knew that whatever I say, it will go through, because I meet you in any stages of your life. And this is how it connects with you. It connects with you to the difficulties of believing and not seeing anything happening. It connects with you to the difficulties of it's hard, but continue on believing and persevere, even if you don't see anything coming. It connects with you through, I have that spark, but I don't know from where to start. And I don't know from where to start. And this, everyone feels that. But the good news is that it has never been easier, never, ever, than what it is today to become a star, to become a brand, to stand and to create your own stage. Never in the history of time can we see anyone deciding and becoming a self-made icon, say self-made star, and known by everyone. Never. Why? Because at a click, we are connected to 2 billion people at a click. So it's for you so easy to rise, so easy not to try to be seen, but to let yourself be seen. And that's a very big distinction, because it's not about trying to talk about what you do, trying to show to everyone, because when you try, you overdo it, and we feel the overdoing. We don't want the overdoing. But what we want is for you to just let yourself be seen. Let yourself be discovered. Let yourself become that reference that people know of, can find when they need your service, when they need your product, when they need to hear your message, when they need to be inspired by your story. And so let yourself being seen is so different than trying to be seen, because when you try, you overdo things. We will talk about it more tomorrow as we talk about the social media. But what I want you to feel today is that it's up to you. If you have that desire inside you that you want to stand out as a great leader, you have something you want to share, you have a message you want to tell the word, you have a voice, you want just to say something about you. My drive was to stand for every young girl and every young woman, because in my time, against all the odds, I managed to go study abroad. But it was at the time where my family said, you know, girls, they don't go study abroad, they stay in their family and they get married. And so I had a mission. I had a mission for everyone, to pave the way for young girls and young women to go study abroad, to reach high level education, and to be able to believe that they too can have a great future if they so choose to be. And so, what's your desire? If you desire to use the digital world to be the next millionaire popping on the digital sphere, then be it on it. Let her unleash that great leader. She is in you, and you probably don't even know how she will behave. Let her be, let her speak, let her voice be heard. Find the, you know, and through your uniqueness, you will stand out. Through your uniqueness, you are perfect, because it's not about trying to change the human in you. The human in you is amazing. The unit, you know, you want to work on her, so that if there is something that is hurtful from the past, you get to heal that. There is something that, you know, carry with you, you get to forgive yourself. And this is what we do inside our programs, is we go through different sequences, and one of them is really to work on that human, so that the human is empowered, the human is healed, the human is forgiven, the human is celebrated every day. The human is, you know, that person in you is just amazing. There is such a perfection spiritually, that when you are able to connect with that, you are able to empower yourself. And when you empower yourself, you can unleash that great leader, because you will trust yourself, and you will let her shine. You will let her reach the levels of success that you dream of. You know? So it takes for you to make a decision. Because if you want to be a reference, you want to be a leader, you decide to be that. It's not something you apply to. It's not something that someone will come and appoint you, or someone will choose you. You choose yourself, and you take that position, and you insist on keeping it. You insist. How do you insist? You insist by understanding how to brand yourself. So you brand yourself. You brand yourself through how you want people to see you, to relate to you, to connect with your message, to understand what you stand for. And that's your work to be done. That's you. You decide to do it, and you stand for it. And if there are things that are difficult from your past, build on them, accept them. Be aware that you made that decision, and you stand in as a new great leader. A great leader is born today. And if you already won, let's make you a legend. You're born today, like the song, like the Lady Gaga song. A new legend is born today. And own it. And own it. And it doesn't mean that you're going to hate that person before. No, you're going to recognize that you've done the work and you've grown. You've done the work and you've elevated. You've done the work and you've created something bigger, something that you probably didn't expect, and you let her be. Okay. So you connect with that inside you. It's the one that's going to inspire. It's going to help you channel great ideas, help you create great programs, great products. If you are talented, great pieces of art. If just let your creativity be, and you are able to do it when you connect with that great person in you. Okay. So give me some threes if you're with me. Let's move to another part of this conversation. Okay. Hi, Reem. Hi, Lena. Hello. Okay. So for us to understand, to be able to talk about branding and to present yourself, is that you need to be okay with self-promotion. And self-promotion has been something that we did not accept in our cultures, because you have to be discreet. You shouldn't talk about yourself too much. You shouldn't over present everything you did, talk about your achievements, celebrate everything, because it just not shouldn't be done. You have to be humble. You shouldn't talk about yourself. So when we feel like this, if we see somebody presenting something happy about their achievements, you're like, why is he showing off? Why is he she showing off? So we have to be at ease with the self promotion, because there is no one who's going to come and self promote you. You have to speak about your work. You have to self promote yourself. You have to talk about the results. You have to talk about the work that you've done, the achievements you have done. You need to be able to do that. So you need to be able to throw yourself parties and celebrate every milestone you did. Celebrate every step you've created. Be happy with yourself. Cheer yourself before and celebrate yourself after. So we need to be okay with self promotion, because if you don't self promote, no one will do it for you. And if you are the best kept secret, how do you want anyone to find you? How do you want anyone to come and access your service, access your product, buy from you, hire you? How? You need to promote yourself. And the self promotion is a big conversation, because when we uh, grow up in traditions where you should be humbled, you should be very discreet. I used to think that you should never talk about yourself because it's like showing off. It's not about showing off. And it depends what energy you bring it. If you talk about yourself to show off, then that's the energy that you bring. But if you talk about yourself as a proof of concept of what you believe in, then you are presenting your services. You are allowing the world to see you. And this is where the difference is. You do not self promote so that you show off, so that you show the world who you are. No, you are consistent, you are present, you talk about yourself, and you allow yourself to be seen. And that's where is the big distinction. So we want to be okay with that. So if you have reached a milestone, happy, do a celebration, do a party, take pictures, just memorize that moment so that you can appreciate that step, that milestone every time and every time. And you will be happy when you look back and you look at all these memories, because all those memories that finally, if we don't remember them, we see them in the photo and the pictures we take, it will boost us. It allows you to allows you to feel more confident, to feel that you have the capacity to create some more, because it creates the momentum. And so it's for you to do it. A lot of people are waiting, in some fields they have celebration. We celebrate the gold ball ballon d'or, we celebrate the Oscars, the MTV award. Every big industry do celebrations. And in this industry, because you create, and this is the interesting thing about the digital world, is that every one of us create your own stage and your own platform. So you want to celebrate yourself. You want to be able to cheer yourself up and keep those milestones. And this is related to self promotion. And if someone is promoting themselves, look at it as how interesting. If they're capable of doing that, that sets an example of what's possible. Connect to that by the possibility that it gives, that it provides for you to grow, to create more, to build something bigger, to stand for something bigger. Because often when you have these two identities, and the great leader, when you unleash her, you'll be surprised by how much wealth you can attract to yourself, how much recognition you can attract to yourself, how much appreciation you can have. But if you block yourself each time, you will block everything. You want to open the channel for more things and for more evidence of you advancing that you can receive into your life. And you do that by celebrating every step. And the celebration, I insist a lot of it, because in our work we talk a lot about the importance of having gratitude. Mary, so good to have you with us. Hi. It's so nice. So when you celebrate yourself, is that every step step you do, you are so grateful for every advance you've made. And we don't do that because we always say, yes, but I want to do more, but I want to do more. So you are in a continuous running after something else that you want, and you do not take time to celebrate every milestone you do. And we make that, and this is the mistakes we make. We don't do that. Why? Because we don't want to show off. We don't do that because we think it's not enough. We don't do that because we're not that kind. And as I started with, what you need in not only the courage is the empathy. So much empathy towards yourself first, which means that be grateful for every move you do. Be full of empathy. Don't be harsh on yourself and push yourself and just like and ignore every step because you want more. You want to bring yourself always behind an energy of abundance, an energy of continuous growth, an energy of everything is coming continuously, and that energy is the one that you can nourish by celebrating every step. And that's why self-promotion is the basic, is the step one if you want to brand yourself. Branding means self-promotions. And coming from someone who is an engineer and he used to be in large institutions and really working with, presidents and heads of states and leaders, we as, being in those offices, we learn to be discreet about everything. So you don't talk about yourself. You know that you do some work and you know the excellence, and you just play always so low key. But the digital sphere is different. You want to be there. You want to be there not because you want to show off, but you want to be there so that you allow others to see you, so that you allow others to find you. Because if you are the best kept secret, how do you want anyone to come and buy anything from you? How do you want anyone to come and find you, get your product, get the service you provide, know you? And so everything starts with self-promoting you. And this is the big healing block that we need to first work on, is to be at ease with that. And if somebody see somebody celebrating themselves, celebrate with them, send them love. We calibrate the things through love. We don't calibrate it through jealousy and hatred. We want more love. We want more of that around us. And this is why it's empathy. It's courage, because you got to have the courage to lead, but you got to fill yourself with empathy. And if something sometimes doesn't have that empathy, check why. Check what is that thing that is missing, because you want to feel. And if you don't have the empathy towards you, how do you expect to have that to give? How do you expect to have that to share with the world? You want to fill yourself with that. So it's a lot of courage and a lot of empathy. And the leaders today, the world needs more leaders that are filled with that empathy. That's what the world needs more of today. We want the courage. You have the courage, you build it. If you don't have it, you stimulate yourself. You integrate programs that bring you that. You get into masterclasses like this and listen and get boosted, inspired, and motivated. But the empathy comes from you. That's why you need to work on the human inside you. That human is the one that is going to give you the best stories, going to give you the best service that you provide. It has to come from within, from your bottom of your soul, from the bottom of your heart. And for it to teach and to impact and reach other, it has to come from a sense of love and empathy. And that is how it started. It started by boosting, by having so much empathy towards yourself, and by having so much empathy to give. Okay, Sabah, I see a nice comment here. That is my biggest challenge is to speak about myself and what I realized so far. As you mentioned, it's probably coming from our cultures and education. It is, absolutely. These are one of the first blockage, because since we were really young, and these are some of the old paradigm that we grew up with. It's like, it's no, you can't talk about yourself. Be discreet. Oh, I have something new. Don't say it. I have a good grade. Don't say it. Well, we don't say it for two things. One, you don't want to show off. Second is you don't want to attract the evil eye and whatever it is around us. So these two things blocks us. And when they block you from being able to talk about yourself. And you don't talk about yourself because you want to show off. You talk about yourself from an energy of standing for your message. And if you want to have a voice, and if you want to speak about your work and why your work matters, it has to be connected with yourself. You want to present yourself as the proof of the concept you believe in, as an example, an illustration of what you are presenting to the world, what you are talking about. And that's something we work on. You deepen your understanding. We take out all this blockage. We come back and we also understand that there is no need to hide no more. There is no need. And this is the work that I want to give you for today in the workbook. So what I want you to do today is to have a meeting with yourself and sit by yourself and say, if I want, because that's the decision you make. You decide today that the great leader is born. You decide that this is a day. It has to be today. It could be before, or just like something bigger that you create today. And you don't want to wait for anyone to give you the okay to do that. You give it to yourself. So list what are the 5 things you are so proud of. 5 things. Remember how incredible you are. All the things you've gone through, all the achievements you did. Go through that and list it and remember that. And remember and boost your confidence. You're like, oh, wow. Because I want you to access the talent in you. Because each one of you have something so unique, no one has it. That it is the one that you want to use to stand as the greatest leader. That it is the one that you want to use so that you can speak out, let your message be heard, and become the reference for that it. It could be a talent, it could be your genius, it could be your message, it could be your experience, it could be your story, it could be something you believe in around gender equality, around empowerment, around education for girls, around anything that you believe in, around changing your paradigm, around anything. What is that thing? And then when you find it, I want you to create a memory from the future of how do you want to see yourself? How do you want to see yourself as that icon, that incredible leader speaking about it to thousands, that incredible leader standing on top of a stage and talking about what you believe in, about your story, a message you want to share, something that, mirror your true belief and your true understanding. So this is the work what I want for you to do. I'm going to keep the session short today, but I want you to just really feel that something is born in you and you decide. And that greatness that is born in you doesn't reduce anything from the incredible human. Nothing. You will remain the beautiful woman, the vulnerable woman, the one that just needs to be pampered, the one that sometimes is cranky, the one that just, appreciates the sun, appreciate walking barefoot, the one that plays with the children that, will always be there. But you can access the greatness in you. And that greatness in you, make her stand on what you believe. Make her stand on what makes you so unique. Make her stand on what the message, the voice that you want to share with the world. And create it. Create her in your mind. Because what I want you is that when you look at yourself one day, you're like, hey, you did it. This is what we want. Okay. So this was beautiful. Thank you for all the comments, for being with me everywhere. There will be, the replays is available. If you're not on the YouTube channel, subscribe. You'll have access to this video and to many others videos. So Dr. Hynd Buhiya. If you're not in the Facebook group, join us. I will be posting the activities, so that creating the thread around it, that you can respond, be with us. So Sabah, come and join us on the Facebook group. It's Fam Leader. It is in the back of the workbook. You can access it. We will also drop it on LinkedIn. So the team, if you can also drop it on LinkedIn, that would be nice, so that you can easily find it. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about social media. I cannot believe that I am talking about this branding and social media and marketing. It's just incredible. And so tomorrow is going to be fun. I'm going to share with you my own understanding of how to become so smart and intelligent about media, and how to use it, and how to create your own media and use it to stand out, use it to shine, use it to become the go-to expert, the reference, and the greatest leader. Okay. I love you. You are beautiful. You are amazing. I'm so happy to have all these vibes from all around the world. And I will see you tomorrow at the same time, at the same place. Bye-bye, everyone.